Hey, I'm here with the Lenovo ThinkBook Plus Gen 6, ultra-portable laptop that by all accounts looks like a lot of the 14-inch systems we see on the market today. Good for working professionals, people who travel, maybe for a home office. It's about 3.5 pounds, you know, nice weight. But the real secret here, and we did see this at CES, so it's great to have it in the lab for testing, is this hidden feature which extends into a 16.7-inch screen, giving you a lot more real estate, and this bottom portrait can become a widget, let you have a couple different apps down there, or you can turn it off and get one big blown out screen. So this is a 120 Hz OLED panel, which even if it didn't extend like this, is a nice screen. It also makes it all the more impressive that such an advanced display is able to roll up under the system, and it kind of goes through a roller here and is stored in the chassis. The amount of visible mechanics, considering how advanced, you know, an engineering feat that is, pretty minimal. You can't really see much. It has this sort of slide track here that you can see how the screen moves down onto the other one, but other than that, there's not much visible here, and there is a slight sort of hinge depression that you get with the folding phones. It's hidden to a decent degree, you can't really see it straight on, but when the light hits it a certain way, it may disrupt your workflow slightly. And that sort of fold depression is actually right where this widget panel pops up. You can bring that up with a button here that's right next to the button to make the screen go up and down. It's really handy. There are some widgets here for reminders, a to-do list, a calendar. Considering this is pretty bespoke to this laptop, it's actually a pretty robust setup here. A little hard to operate upside down, but there's also some settings involving, you know, a transition, or you can have a static image rather than this sort of stretchy band. There's a car driving through a forest, so as it scrolls, the car drives by. You can make them play music, maybe a little disruptive for your workplace, but entertaining nonetheless, and they actually put some thought and care into making this more than just a functional feature. If that button is too boring or traditional for you to get the screen to move up and down, you can use this gesture. It's a little finicky. We probably prefer the button overall. But you have to hold your hand in front of the screen for a little bit. It will put up that palm symbol, which means it's registered, and then you have license to move it upward. Not too bad. You can get it working once you've messed with it a little bit. And there's also a setting to turn the gesture control on and off, so make sure you find that in the widget control gear icon. Otherwise it will not work at all, which frustrated me for a few minutes before I realized the gesture controls were off entirely. But yeah, if your hands are full or dirty, or you just kind of enjoy the gesture sort of mechanic, then that's a free way to do it. But I do find the button, you know, much quicker and more reliable. Still pretty cool though. It's something I didn't really need to add, but why not? So that's how it works. In addition to being sort of novel and a cool engineering feat, I can see this being useful for programmers who want a big vertical screen, similar for a spreadsheet if you just want more real estate, web browsing, something simple, fun, just, you know, Reddit on a bigger, more vertical screen. And it's a good way to get a little bit of more digital real estate out of these increasingly common 14-inch form factors. As for the spec rundown, kind of secondary to this laptop, but it is what you're paying for, so nonetheless, Intel Core Ultra Series 2, 32 gigabytes of memory, Arc Xe2 graphics, and a 1 terabyte SSD. Now, this does cost a lot more than you would normally get those specs for. Of course, the engineering going into the rollable screen, the OLED panel, 120 Hz, is an expensive engineering feat they've accomplished here. It will cost you $3,500. It's a lot more than you normally pay for a Core Ultra Series 2 Ultra 7 tier processing, so you really have to want that screen. It is all about that engineering and sort of the unique reclining and retracting feature here. We just received the system in, so we haven't completed our full benchmarking yet, but we will have a full review on PCMag.com. Check that out to find out how fast it is, see if we think it's valuable, and if this screen real estate interests you, that review will have all the details you need. Thank you so much for watching.